Let's see which one of these are the best ones. Today we are going to do a blind buy unboxing about these three Ferragamo fragrances. And let's see if we can find a successful blind buy. So the three fragrances that I have here today is going to be Ferragamo Eau de Toilette, Intense Leather, Spicy Leather. I found this at Marshall's for 30 bucks. So I said, F it. Let's go ahead and check it out. Blind buy unboxing here with you guys. Okay, and it looks like it comes in like three little boxes. There are 5 milliliters. Let's see which one of these are the best ones. So we got the Eau de Toilette, we got the Ferragamo Intense Leather, which is an Eau de Parfum, and we have a Ferragamo Spicy Leather, which is a Parfum. Okay, so we got all three, which is pretty cool. I don't know the notes or anything about these fragrances, so we're just gonna see how they come out. And yeah, some of y'all gonna roast me and be like, man, these are some tiny ass bullshits. But you know, when you have a collection like mine at this point and you have all these fragrances and some of them are bangers for sure, but I don't see myself really finishing them anytime soon. We're really gonna see and test, but also see the presentation, right? It's pretty cool. Which one is the best one? And we'll go on skin with these since these are the little dappers. We'll go bah bah. Ooh, shit. Spilled some. We'll put some here on the cloth as well to get a little bit like a tester strip style. Okay. And I get like a typical men's cologne. Very light, subtle, fresh for sure. Maybe a little bit of fresh spiciness here. Yeah, I mean, it's a little basic, but not a bad smelling fragrance at all. Uh, Definitely for a nice mature man. But I can also see this like a nice regular gym fragrance, you know? Really anybody can wear this. I can see a young cat, middle-aged man, you know, somebody in their 20s, 30s. Yeah, not bad. Here on the cloth, it smells a little bit stronger, but it smells nice. You know, I can feel like I get a little citrus, but fresh, a little fresh, spicy, and something that makes it like, you know, not go super unisex or anything like that. Definitely a little bit more mature and masculine, but not super mature and masculine. I could definitely see this for anybody. Simple, compliment getters. I don't think it's anybody. It's not offensive at all. You know, yeah, great, simple fragrance. Regular 7. You know, nothing crazy. And that is the Ferragamo Eau de Toilette. Let's go with the Intense Leather. A little bit of a like a navy blue. All right, let's see what's up with this one. Okay, this one's more intense for sure. I'm getting more spices, a little bit of a smokiness off rip. Okay, it's definitely a little bit more intense, but still like not super strong, still a little subtle. You know, maybe it's because they're the dappers. The dappers aren't the best. You would have to dap quite a bit, but okay, I feel like I'm getting a little bit more of a leathery, little slight animalic vibe in the back. Okay, yeah, yeah. But you got like a nice freshness, probably from the Eau de Toilette still, you know, bringing in that freshness so the leather doesn't go too crazy. But this one's definitely more mature, more masculine. So if you like leather, I feel like that's gonna be more of the vibe here with those fresh spiciness. And I want to say some citruses. Let's actually see some of these notes. Okay, so as it's drying down, the Eau de Toilette, I'm getting more freshness here. some citruses, maybe some aromatics here, maybe like a little herbal, some greenery, but like that nice green, fresh greenery. While the intense is definitely more intense, definitely stronger than an eau de toilette for sure. More of an eau de parfum, I can see that. But more of a leathery vibe, I feel like, compared to the eau de toilette. So the eau de toilette, I'll put the notes right up here. The main accords, aromatic, citrus, woody, ozonic, musky, earthy, aquatic, mossy, herbal, and leather. Seems like there's a little bit of leather in the background, 3.8. Made by the perfumer Antoine, what's it? Mason Dew, which he definitely makes a lot of nice, sexy fragrances. So I definitely like him as a perfumer. Top notes, we're going to have sage, bergamot, lemon, violet leaf, cedar, leather, oak moss, musk, and vetiver. Okay, the violet leaf here is not super strong, which sometimes it's a little off-putting for me. Sometimes violet leaf can be a little synthetic, but right here, man, the blend is nice, smooth, nice lemon, nice bergamot citruses, some aromatics. Yeah, I like it. Definitely a 7. Easy, like nothing crazy, but solid. Now let's see for the intense. Okay, the intense is going to be more leathery, earthy, soft, spicy, citrus, animalic, fruity, musky, aromatic, sweet, and powdery. I'm definitely getting more of that leather. I can see that earthy vibe, a little animalic, like I said. Yep. Still a little citruses, and I did say a little spiciness. I said fresh spiciness. In the top notes, we got mandarin orange, pink pepper, clary sage, red apple in the middle. So that's pretty cool. I like red apple. Some iris. I am a fan of iris. And some lily of the valley. I feel like the original also bringing maybe a little bit of that aquatic nature. In the base notes, you get leather, earthy notes, oak moss, and musk. And yeah, it's not bad, but I would say a 6.5 to my liking. It's definitely stronger, but I like more the aromatics and the freshness in the eau de toilette. Unfortunately, it is just not strong enough. So we'll finish off with the last one. We'll do the spicy leather parfum by Ferragamo. And this one, look at this one. You can tell by the bottle that this is going to be the most intense one. Okay, you see the juice. This is all 3, okay? You can see the juice in this one. My bad. It's definitely darker, so I'm definitely going to get the sense that this is going to be the strongest one. In depth at least, and I'm thinking a lot of leather on this one since it's spicy leather. So a lot of spices and leather on this one. I'm going to assume. Do a little pat right there. Air it out a little bit. Ooh, okay. Yeah. This is giving me off rip like Dolce the Gabbana the one with some leather. So kind of like the intense, you get a little bit more of the leather, of course, right? It's in the name. Some of that earthy animalic vibe. But you get like in the background, I get like kind of that Dolce Gabbana. Maybe a little floral. What else is in there? Maybe a little fresh spiciness with the spicy leather. Yeah. So if you like Dolce the Gabbana and you a fan of leather and you like, man, I like that sweet ambers, what's in Dolce Gabbana, that nice, sexy date night type of fragrance, but you want to add a little bit more masculinity with some animatic leather because you're a fan of that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so in the main accords, we're going to have leather, fresh, spicy, warm, spicy, woody, aromatic, citrus, animalic, patchouli, powdery, and some smokiness. I got a little smoky nature in the intense too, but as it's drying down, the leather seems. Oh man, it's drying down actually really nice. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, the other toilette is kind of fading already a little bit more. The intense leather, that leather is still making it strong and last for a little bit longer. But I feel like the leather was not as intense as the beginning. And yep, the spicy leather, I get the same thing. So let's check out. It's 4.37. So this one is the spicy leather is the highest rating on Fragrantica, at least, made by the same perfumer. Seemed like he did his thing. We got saffron in the top notes, lemon, bergamot, black pepper in the middle, nutmeg, clary sage, and cedar. In the base, we got leather, sandalwood, and patchouli. Beautiful fragrance. Beautiful fragrance. This man, Antoine, the perfumer of these fragrances, I have seen him in some of my other bangers as well, or compliment getting fragrances. So I know that this is a perfumer that, kind of like Alberto Moria's, I could put my trust in him. Or Quentin Biche to some of those JPG fans out there, right? But Antoine, in my opinion, he be making some nice, sexy fragrances. And he did what he had to do with Ferragamo. I definitely like all three of them. They're all pretty nice fragrances. If you're not a fan of leather, I would say the last two might be a little too much for you just because that leather is a little bit more animalic. All right, y'all, it's been like a couple hours now, and this is going to be my final verdict. So the Ferragamo Eau de Toilette right here is going to be the most mass appealing one. I think that if you're starting off your fragrance journey, that this is one. If you like the Ferragamo brand, you like designers, you want to have something like that cool in your collection, definitely easy one to like. The Eau de Parfum Intense Leather, in my opinion, is more of my liking than the Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Toilette feel like after 4 hours, 4 hours, immediate skin scent, very light and subtle. While the Eau de Parfum is a little bit more intense on the leather for sure. You definitely get it a little bit more in the beginning, I feel like. So if you're not a big leather fan, you may not be a super big fan. But give it about like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then you start getting those mid notes, the red apple and stuff, and it really comes out into a nice, beautiful, sexy, fresh fragrance with some leather in there. And the Parfum, the spicy leather, now that one, in my opinion, is definitely probably gonna be more of my liking. It's the one that's a little bit stronger, for a parfum. I guess maybe it's because of the dabber, right? But in my opinion, I feel like, yeah, it was really spicy, really leathery in the beginning, which was a little off-putting to me. But after 5-10 minutes, I felt like after it started settling down, you start picking up, in my opinion, something like these. Dolce de Gabbana, the one, or this Fragrance World Hardwood. This one has a little bit of this in here. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's like this nice sweetness uh, from these fragrances that's very mass appealing. I like personally that the spicy leather had in the background. So that's why I felt like I was gravitating more towards that. And it was a little bit more intense, which is what I like. But out of the three, the spicy leather is definitely going to be the more mature. The Eau de Toilette will be like more for the younger cat, and then the middle one will just be great for like middle ranged, maybe like 21 to 35, something like that. All great fragrances, man. Definitely worth checking them out. I would say that these were successful blind buys. I would say that if I had bigger bottles of these, I wouldn't be too mad. Personally in my collection, I could definitely see the toilet being a little bit more boring, but I would say out of the three, it definitely would be the most mass appealing. It definitely would be the one that most people would gravitate to. And if you were to blind buy any of these three, I would see the most successful would be the Eau de Toilette. But yeah, these were great. I'm happy. Appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe if you guys like this type of content. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time on the next video. Love you guys. Hope you guys are having a great day. Smell good. You already know. Peace.
Like and subscribe.